And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Howdy to all of you guys. Guys, welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports. Please excuse my huge water tank behind me. But hey, guys, it's the Homemade Podcast of Sports, and I'm coming back to you. Guys, it is time for Beat the Heck out of the University of the Florida Gators. So, what are we looking at here? Guys, it's time for Texas A&M to honestly show up. It is time. All right. As of right now, Texas A&M is a 4-point favorite over the Florida Gators. This game is on Saturday. These guys play at 2:30 p.m. on ABC for anybody out there who did not know, okay? So the key things that we're looking for in this game, the key matchups. Number one, Texas A&M has to come out and completely dominate the passing game. Regardless if it's 200 yards, 250, 275, or et cetera, et cetera. Understand what I say when dominate. You have to come out and dominate and almost put up perfect yards. Okay? Well, almost put up perfect completion percentage. What we seen out of Connor when he played McNeese State, yes, guys, I know it's McNeese already before you guys come on here and see anything. He still went 11 of 14, 125 yards, if I'm not mistaken, 3 touchdowns. Continuously put that up. Put it up. Because for one thing, I can tell you this. If he goes out and he's 11 for 14 against the Florida Gators, and with that passing defense being very bad for Florida, then Connor can absolutely take over this ball game. A&M can absolutely take over this ball game, walk out of there with a straight-up victory, okay? However, this is the make-or-break game for Connor Wigman himself, but this is also the game that's going to define Texas A&M's season going forward. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but I'm here to tell the truth. That's going to define what expectations we can put on Texas A&M going forward in the 2024 season. Can you finally go out on the road and win a road game? Can you finally get a road victory? Guys, we have not run a road game in 3 years. 3 years. Think about what I'm saying here. That's 3 years. Texas A&M has been picked to win the SEC West when it was here at least 2 times out of the last 4 years. 2 times out of the last 4 years, Texas A&M has been picked to win the SEC West. What happened? They could not go out and win on the road. They couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. One of the years we knew for sure, man, we're going to get it. What happened? They went out, lost to Miami. That had nothing to do with the SEC West. I understand that part, but they went out and they lost to Miami. What happened the following game? Came back, won the game. Understandable. Got up to Miami. Connor got hurt. We're talking about last year now, people. What happened after that? Went on the road. Played Tennessee. Played Ole Miss. Got beat. Played LSU. Got beat. You get where I'm going here with this? In order for your season to be a successful season, you have to stop only winning in Jerry World and think that it's okay. No disrespect to Arkansas, but you just got to stop thinking that you can whoop Arkansas's ass and then come back and say, hey, man, we still good to go. No, we're not. We are not. We have not won on the road in 3 years. This is going to be the defining moment to say, hey, is Texas A&M really okay after the Jimbo Fisher era is done? So, Mike Elko, if you're listening, this is the game, buddy. This is the game. A lot of people don't want to hear this neither. But I'll tell you later on in the podcast what's all what, in my opinion. Okay? What are we going to win by? Is it going to be by 3? Is it going to be by 7? Is it going to be by 14, 21? And the list goes on. We will get to that later on in the podcast, okay? So let's keep on moving along here. What what are we looking at? Because I just gave you one thing there. One thing turned into many when I was speaking. But that one specific area, Texas A&M has to take sole advantage of. And that's the passing defense of the Florida Gators. They have to beat up that unit. Okay? That means the wide receivers got to go and get open. Regardless if it's 5-yard routes or not, if it's getting you touchdowns, do it. Do it. That opens up so many other areas. Okay? It opens up areas that you felt like was not there. Okay? Second, Texas A&M's defense has to step up and take on the challenge of that passing offense that the Florida Gators have established. As of right now, the Florida Gators are the 32nd overall. That means 32nd in the country in passing the football. The 32nd. As of right now, Texas A&M passing defense, they're 24th overall. When getting out there and challenging these wide receivers. The only reason to why they are 24th right now is because the run defense has been god-awful for Texas A&M so far in these last 2 games. And I'm going to get to those guys in just a second here. So that passing defense has to step up. They have to take that challenge of the Florida Gators, willing to pass the football and shut it down. I just named 2 specific areas right there, and both of them had something to do with passing the football. Number 1, Texas A&M and Connor Wigman has to step up and pass the football. Number 2, Texas A&M defense has to step up and take on the challenge of the Florida Gators passing the football. Both of these areas for Texas A&M have to be very good. I didn't say elite, but they have to be very good if we're going to march into Gainesville and come out with a victory. Regardless of how the way Florida looks right now, Florida does not want to give up a win. Okay? I'm not going to say both of these teams are desperate because that'll be a straight lie. It's more hanging on Florida's balance than it is for A&M. What's hanging on A&M's balance is that, have we really fixed the issues in College Station? Have we really legitimately fixed the issues with this football team? And I do know that nothing happens overnight. But if you can go out and get that first road victory in 3 years, then that's going to say a whole lot about the trajectory of this program under the Mike Elko era. You have to fix that. You have to fix that. That's one thing that Jimbo cannot fix. He freaking irked me with that. Mike Elko, you're here. Jimbo, he's old news. Get rid of the stigma of losing on the road. I don't care about when the preparation is or when we go out, just lose it already. Okay? Lose that stigma. Let it fade. Okay? So, keep going here. The third thing, the running offense has to take advantage of that run defense. Okay? The run defense, I'm not going to say that they're as bad as Texas A&M runs defense has been lately, but they're not great. They're not good. So if you can run through that defense, then I don't see an issue. I don't see an issue right there. What is Texas A&M's strength right now? Running the football. And I said this when the season started, we're going to lean more heavily on that run game than the passing game. I knew that already. I honestly knew that. And everything is pretty much working out. I don't think we're actually going to pass the football heavily until the midpoint of the season. That is what I truly think. And how the way we're going right now, it's no reason to lean on the passing game if your running game is already out there putting up about 230 yards per game. Even when we played Notre Dame, they put up about 194 yards. Just on last Saturday, they put up about 300 yards. This weekend shouldn't be any different. You should come away from that game putting up about 200 yards, 200 rushing yards. Passing wise, you should put up at least 200. At least 200. Okay? That's 400 yards of total offense I just named right there. All right? But the defense also has to do its job. The fourth thing here, You're going to have to score some points. Okay? You're going to have to score some points. These guys aren't the FCS at all. This is the FBS. You're going to have to score some points. You're going to have to come out and you're going to have to score over 27 points to win this ball game. All right? You're going to have to score over 27 points to win this ball game. What does that mean? You need to score at least 28 points in this game. If it's 31, fine. I'm fine with even more than that. But I'm not going to stretch it here. I'm not going to stretch it and sound silly. But you need to score at least 28 points. Also, you need to hold Florida, just like you've been doing all these other teams, to either 23 or below. You need to take over the point differential in this game. In my opinion, regardless to who starts that football game. And I'm not taking anything away from DJ Legway because I looked at the young man through high school. I like him. I wanted him here at A&M. He wanted to come. But he also wanted to stick to the promise that he gave him. Okay? He stuck with Billy Napier. That's fine. At that point in time, Jimbo had already got fired, and it pretty much was what it was. Okay? That's not an issue, though. That's not an issue at all, and it shouldn't be. Okay? But we should be dominating the point differential on that scoreboard. If we get to the second quarter of this football game and Texas A&M has 21 points and Florida has 3, at that point, you should not be taking your foot off the gas. You should just completely throttle them. Throttle them. Put them in the mud. Don't look back. Put them in the mud. Don't do that Jimbo bullshit. And oh man, we got to score that many points. Oh man, well, I mean, what's the nature of the business? And like, what's the purpose of scoring that many points? Jimbo, put this is my thing always. Jimbo, put their asses in the mud. So now, Mike Elko, I'm telling you this once again. Jimbo is not here anymore, but you're gonna hear me mention him from time to time, as well as others. But Mike Elko, please don't stop. Don't stop. Whoop their asses 45-3. On their home field. Don't let it be the other way around. Please don't. In my opinion, it should not be a tie ball game at the end of the first half for Texas A&M and Florida. Texas A&M should be in the lead, and Texas A&M needs to be in the lead. Okay? They need to be in the lead. Because number one, if you're in the lead going into half, that means you have absolutely dominated the ball game so far, defensively and offensively. Okay? Do not let Florida look good knowing that they really aren't. Because Florida is not a good football team. They're not. They're just not. Texas A&M, I'm not going to act like we're elite because we're not. Okay? We have the players to be elite, but we're just not there yet. Florida does not have the players to be elite. So please don't go out there and let them look like it. All right, I'm going to repeat that once again. Florida does not have the players to be elite. So don't let them look like it. Fifth, which is the last thing here. Texas A&M's talent roster needs to show the hell up. I'm so tired of witnessing the talent down in College Station not showing their asses up to the ball game. And I'm going to say that for the people in the back. I'm so tired of the talent for Texas A&M not showing their asses up to the ball game. Regardless to who the coach is, show your asses up on game day. If you're the 7th best talented team in the nation, then you need to act that way. You need to go out there with a certain swagger on the road. Okay? A lot of us don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to piss a lot of people off, and that's fine. Texas has a certain swagger right now. It's the reason to why they are looking like the number 2 team at the moment. They have a certain swag on them, and they approach the game a certain way. and which is fine because I hadn't played anybody yet like that. Let's go ahead and be honest here. Colorado State and Michigan. However, they went on a roll and they dominated Michigan. All right, because of that certain swagger. Texas A&M has that swagger, but now it's time for Texas A&M to bring it out. Bring it out and act like you are the better team. Because technically you are. Show it. Show it already. Okay? Now, this is another one that may piss a lot of people off, but it's facts, and I can live with it. Texas A&M will not blow out Florida in this ballgame. I don't believe that they will blow them out. The reason being is because Texas A&M has not won on the road in 3 years. Okay, that is a big thing that Texas A&M is trying to knock down currently at the moment, and they know that heel needs to be throttled already. It seriously needs to be throttled. However, I'm fine with them winning this ball game by either 3 points or a touchdown, or even 10 points, which is a touchdown and a field goal, or even 9 points by 3 field goals. Man, I am A-okay with that as long as you walk out of there with the victory. They need this victory. They need it. This isn't going to define Mike Elko by all means because he has a whole lot more years to go, but they need this victory to change something around in the program that we have not seen for years. They need this. Us fans need to see this. That football team that's going to go out there on Saturday, they need to see this so they can start building confidence and tell themselves that I can finally win on this damn road. We can win on the road. We probably have the nation's longest road losing streak at the moment. And that's not good. That's not good. For Texas A&M, they do hold us to a higher standard. Although we may not be the blue blood team, we are held to a higher standard. And that's for a certain reason. And a reason that I can live with. Okay? It's time for the team to start carrying that as well. It's time for the head coaches to start carrying that. And it's time for those coaches with an S to start carrying that on their chest. We're held to a higher standard. If we're going to be that blue collar team, then let's go out and show it. And it starts on the road at Florida. Beat their asses. Beat their asses. Or if you don't beat their asses, then just win the football game. Win. I am okay with a win. I'm okay with walking out of that stadium with a win, regardless if it's an ugly win or what. I am A-okay with it. Will I want to see more going forward? Yes. Once again, let's get back to Connor. Connor, this is your game. This is going to be the Connor Wegman show in this game. We're going to find out if Connor Wegman is that guy or not, depending on this Florida game. We're going to look at the outcome in this game, and we're going to know if Connor is the guy. I've been backing Connor, and I know that Connor is elite. Connor is an elite quarterback. He didn't show it against Notre Dame, but you cannot judge him off that one game. You guys aren't going to sit up there and do that. Please forgive me for not making a reaction podcast to that Notre Dame game. But I'm back. I'm here now. This game is the deal breaker for Connor Wegman going forward. This game is the deal breaker for Mike Elko and that staff going forward. We need this victory. Go out and win. Don't look back. Okay? Later on throughout the week, I'm going to get into some more things regarding that offense versus defense. Okay? So you guys just be on the lookout for that, guys. But thank you all for tuning in. And I love you all. To all the Aggies that are out there and to everybody that just watches this show just for the hell of it. I love all of you. I'll be back on tomorrow. And like always, hashtag Gig 'em Aggies. Woo!